Happy New Year, my friends. Hope all is well with you. And we shall commence with the reading for the 1 year 2017. It's 1 plus 7 is 8, plus 2 is 10, so 1. The 0 is the completion of a cycle. So this is a completely new thing. This is, I call it the warp shift year, where you have to look at life as in every situation you're coming to now is a piece of a puzzle. There's a way in, not a way back. There's a way through. And the beginning piece is a portal that puts you into the situation. The situation is you have a block here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 9 cubic system as in the 9-dimensional aspect of finding the solution to where you need to be going, and the way is through, not back. So when you come through a portal of expansion, you don't go back. And for your progress, it's going to be through. So how do you move the puzzle pieces as in this interdimensional Tetris is up to you. So I'm here to give you a little bit of assistance with the reading. Again, pardon for my little throat action there. Still coming out of the symptomatic cold system that had hit me. I'm mixing the cards now. I don't know, I might edit this out so you get the essence of what is to be shared with you. So this reading here is for whoever finds it. This is quantum level, coincidence. You've been directed. You're here not by coincidence. You're here by divine guidance. You're here by higher guidance. So I'll pull the cards for you. 1 for the past, 1 for the present, and 1 for the future. And then I will read basically these activation codes for you to get you in gear. So the past was you're the angelic messenger. So let's find out Tanzanite, what that actually means. Tanzanite in healing for you means what? Your healing journey today. You are entering a stage of a great spiritual development. Your higher senses are activating and opening, readying you to reclaim your gifts from the lives, possibly, and you possibly will enter into service to mankind. However, in order to complete this transition, you must own and balance your personal power. At no time in life it has been important for you to know what you want, who you are, and whom the world sees you as. Take time to write it all down. A truthful understanding of self now will aid you to integrate the messages you are receiving and make them reality in the world. Not having enough time is not a valid reason for inactivity. There is always plenty of time in life for the spirit, and only the mind and body are bound to its limitations. Let your creative and inventive selves play. They will reveal the new you, but be prepared for change. The angels have entered your life via the wisdom of the crystals. Their path is the one of fire, the path of the phoenix. That also has to do with you. You're basically rebirthing. You're reinventing yourself. You're coming into a new thing. And that's just fact. Whether you see it, skeptics or non-believers, still running the resistance program, when that has been released, you go into what you will see as in your abundance. The affirmation for this card, where you came from as in your activation code, leading into this year, which is a 1 year, is empowered, wise, and all-loving, I am the solar angel. Integrate that. The key words for you to get activated is know that you are an angelic messenger. You are. Your personal power, your higher senses, your new senses, clairvoyance, clairaudience, the violet flame, past life gifts returning out of nowhere, creativity, soul records, gifts, gifts, gifts. So there's new skills coming in that you should take heed and listen to what's coming in. I as a higher resonance for your mind also. So let's see, what do we have also for this year that's important? We have Rhodonite. Let's see what does Rhodonite say in terms of your healing journey. We are 2:30. Over close. We're gonna do a little random coincidence magic with you, so get in gear. So your healing journey for the present and in presence in what's happening this year, patience is important. Major word is patience for you. Do not rush. Don't get, unrest and try to prematurely jump into things that are not for you. It'll backfire. If Rhodonite has come to you today, she offers you a simple word, patience. She's a gentle reminder that patience is a measure of personal power. See, again, we have the personal power and the self-love sent forth into action. If one places no love into the world and its events, the world gives no love back, and life becomes painful until we reject it. Impatience is a form of rejection either of the world or for the self. Remember that all is valid and has purpose, or else it would not be in existence in your life. And if it's in your space on any level of your reality, you play a role in its creation. Rhodonite lets you know that it's important for you to love all in your world. Only then we can learn from it and be free through unity. It is very possible with the arrival of Rhodonite as a present card, signaling patience, that you are experiencing a little confusing things in life regarding your direction. Her message is simple: love all and do all to your best ability, and never have fear, for it is simply a lack of understanding. Okay? Replace fear with love via patience. Peaceful change and growth will result. Love is about to enter your life in a physical way. Give it space and let it dictate your future. The affirmation is, love is my guide. It patiently lives in my actions. The key words for your healing journey in this year are patience, physical love. Look at when you're bored and you do the things when you derail and it backfires and you feel bad. Understand your feeling. The pink ray, your ownership of your personal power, responsibility for physicality, listening to good music. The secret is in the music. Acceptance of change, problems around predictability, ear problems, panic attacks. For those that are older, multiple sclerosis, state of mind, and stress. These are words that flicker in and out. It doesn't mean you have MS, but you can have joint pain when you're in anger and have grief. Well, that can lead up to that. So you gotta check yourself. Interestingly, this is also the present year of the frog. Very unusual. So the animal totem is a frog. In the ancient times, they used to lick poison dart frogs for their psychedelic activity to talk to the gods. Don't do this because poison dart frogs are deadly. The Amazonian tribes kind of knew how to activate that. Ancient rites, far from here. And for the future, we have the vision, which is low light, also known as O, Ra, Om, El. All these crystals that I'm picking, all these crystal cards have Devic names because they're from the Devacanic kingdom. Also, a message for this new year I want to give to all is for the children of light. May your boundless love, our eternal, deliver the new earth into peace. Forgive us our ignorance of our greatness. That is to all who actually mess up the plan. We are here to take the bullets for you to say we're sorry for those that misbehave and misuse in the service of self. We're here to make it right and to show that the consciousness can actually elevate steps up to make it right and make it good. The healing journey today. If Iolite has come to you today, your higher senses are about to become active. Your clairvoyant, psychic, and intuitive abilities are your birthright. At a certain time in everybody's life, a doorway opens where there is development. It is most possible that you will have a spike in your psychic skills. For you, that time is now. Iolite also has come into people's lives to help them in their realization and to herald the arrival of a vision you have held within you and worked towards for some time. If at this time you have begun a new venture or activated a different path or vision, Iolite is a good sign that your path is clear. Remember that although to have a goal is crucial to happiness, if one spends a lifetime desiring something, they may never be here for long enough to have it or see it come to fruition. So be realistically, in a sense, divine, cosmically in tune with where you need to be going. The affirmation is, with love I choose to see reality. With love I choose to see reality. That changes the picture. That doesn't mean you have to let somebody take your milk money or mistreat you, but you can make a decision in peace and out of love where you will go and where you won't go. The keywords are vision, clairvoyant, psychic, intuitive abilities, activation, dreams realized, third eye chakra open, foresight, self-responsibility, male, female, expressive balance, life path, addictions, illnesses caused by overuse of anything, thoughts, substance, drugs, whatever you want to call it, liver, staying clean, detoxing, moderation. These were the three energetic cards for where you are this year, and look deeply within where that is. Now we want to look at the Larimar system, which is a German energy card system, where I will look at the 7 chakras of what the main topic is for the collective that finds my video. So I will draw 7 cards and then just say, this is what you want to look at, and then come up with, a flow, an array of things of what it is that needs to be checked. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it's going to be interesting. And this is for you to take a note, to write down what you have to look at. This is for you. This is free. So take that gem. Okay, we begin with chakra number 1. You Google what these chakras mean. So I'm not labeling these chakras right now, so I don't have a mistake. This is unscripted, so I'll just go from 1 to 7. So what you want with your root chakra, the root energy, you want the truth. See things with absolute truth, how they are. Don't add or take away from the picture, and you'll be okay. Sacral Chakra. This is for the men. Very important. Look at your masculine energy and look at the sexual energy. When you approach women with sacral and root chakra interest, it shall only work when it's connected with the heart and the mental communication is stimulated, the spiritual communication and the physical communication is stimulated. Just derogatory language, discrimination, or degradation, or disrespectful behavior or overproduced masculine energy towards women will not work, will not stabilize, will backfire. You gotta check that your masculinity is balanced out with your femininity. Androgynous mind state gets you the partner of your dreams, or your twin flame if that's what you're looking for. And the energy also, this is the masculine energy. This is about integration of the masculine energy. No longer patriarchy, no longer matriarchy. There is ma'at, balance between the two. And that's how the two shall meet, and great things will come forth from that, as in true friendship. Do never base a friendship on the sexual base. Never base your value on your sexual value. We are learning now that it's not necessary. We all love beauty, form, and good looks, and turn-ons, and whatever you want to call it, but where is the real you? Where's the heart? And how do you connect with a real good friend without using or exploiting sexual energy? This has to be balanced in exchange, mutually dancing the dance. Knowing when to give, knowing when to take away, knowing when to stay out of it, and knowing when to dance with it. Like Kung Fu, you have to know these energies. This is for all now. Lightness of being, the chakras on up. Lightness of being. Chakra number 3. Take it lightly. Light energy. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Chakra number 4 has to do with your life's path. These are just symbols to activate you as you can see them. Your higher self and higher mind will understand that. Look at your life's path. Where are you now? Where did you come from? Where do you want to go? Be clear. That's chakra number 4. Chakra number 4 asks for you to be in clarity. Chakra number 5 talks about something needs to be turned around. There was an old pathway that went this way, now it's going this way. Something that you've done before no longer is applicable. Turn around. Do a 180, come again. 1 plus 8 is 9, 9 is angelic. Come again. Chakra number 6, riches. That came to me before, also in connection with new friends that you meet, loves or lovers. In openness, follow your feeling. Let yourself be guided by what you feel, not by your circumstantial evidence where you are. We all need to be independent, and we all need to meet each other on an independent platform, meaning interdependent. Very important. No more codependent relationships. Okay? That is a no-go. Riches are before you. Like, go online, find a store, find a craft, something, put your art out. Stop procrastinating what you could do, the things you do, the skill, the templates you have in your closets, the paintings that you're not selling. Stop complaining about what you're not doing and get into actually worshiping what you can do. These are where the riches are. This is chakra number 6. And then we come to the crown here. New ideas, new energy, new power-ups coming in. Like in Super Mario, you eat the little mushroom and then you get bigger and you get rainbow, you're invisible, you can teleport. Super skills are coming in. It's going to get greater, better, ups. This is a very clear year. This is a 1 year, a clean slate. You picking up, energy's picking up, everything is going for you. Look at it and activate it. Also, for, you can say, the perpetrators out there that mimic and steal ideas. Let's say you have a being that has a certain topic. Don't steal their topics for clickbait. Have your own spin on your own topic and your own experience and be original, and you will win. You copy that, and your purpose is just to bank on what you have copied and you don't own, will not satisfy you, nor make you happy, nor will it be sustainable. So for this year, very clear, be original in what you do and share with the world. Now, we want to look at the 7 aspects of what needs healing, and so I'm getting into Masaru Emoto's card deck. What's important right now. I'll pick a few cards and see what we have to look at. You can base that on chakras, you can base that on dimensions. This is what's to be shared with you, and this is just by random. And random is not random, as we know. So what is it that we want to look at? Look at your own wisdom. This is what wisdom looks like when water is frozen. This is the consciousness. I want you to look at your truth. This is what truth looks like. When truth is spoken, as is, no white lies, no pathological, I believe in my own crap, and make others believe in that because I'm so intense, because I'm so egotistical and selfish, will eat you up. Truth looks like this. Activate that. That doesn't mean you have to protocol your nakedness to the world, but be true to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. I'll say to all those that watch me, thank you. This is what thank you looks like. See this amber color? This is a thank you. I appreciate you for being here. I truly do. Have hope. This is what hope looks like. Is the mercabic field left open in a crystalline structure under a black field microscope, water responds to hope like this. Have hope. Continue your work. Just sitting there and hoping does not make the change. Prosperity for all who focus on that in their situation to get there. Keep pushing. Keep believing. Keep making it happen. Don't dream unrealistic things like I want to be an astronaut and drive a Maserati tomorrow. That's not likely to happen. Go into the mechanics of how the 3D hologram works and what modalities the universe actually has to deliver to you. So this is prosperity for all. The blood circulation of your blood, you want that correct. Cholesterol, whatever that is that you have to go through, blood pressure up, down, left, right, whatever, check your blood. Balance. Circulatory system balanced. Looks like this. These are energy pods within you that make that what I'm talking about actually possible. Enhance and build your brain. This is what brain looks like in the water. And your pineal gland will be activated. Look at this. And this is what an activated pineal gland looks like energetically. So look at these intricacies in the mercabic fields intersecting. So I'm activating you also with my presence. You watching this, you should feel actually kind of like a jolt going through your system, knowing that I'm activating the wazoo out of you. So as usual, we're going to go into your galactic heritage. We want to look at what race memory is being healed this year. So I'm going to pick a few cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, let's do 10. We go into what's the haps, what's happening, you know? What is being activated? So there's something from the past, from the Pleiades, that is for those that I love so much out there. The stubborn ones, the stubbornness, me, myself, and I, my way, I am the only way. Well, this ends now. Not your way. you right now not telekinetic enough to move a pencil, that's where your psychic skill is. So psychically be where you are and be in reality. Those who talk about, they claim they have access at astral projection, but they can't read labels in your room. Well, they're not remote viewers, they're just having a lot of claims. Reality. So now, Pleiades. Stubbornness. And this is the past. So this is the Pleiadian aspect of the stubbornness of the Pleiades. This message relates to having a fixed idea in how things should be and trying to force reality to fit that picture. This was a strong trait in the ancient Pleiadian culture, which created many problems for their civilization. Some of us still carry this habitual pattern. Take a look at the situation you want to change. Be honest and see if you are trying to force a reality that doesn't exist in the now. Be truthful in the order to make a change. We first must fully accept and relax with the situation as it is. Only then things will change in a natural way. So that was the stubbornness of the Pleiades and what needs to be healed in your cell memory. And that is for all. I don't care what you claim you think you are, whatever parts you have. You're all hybrids. You're here now and you're healing it. We also have another Pleiadian thing here. This is the future. It's further out. Let me see what we got. This is 86. No tricks in 86. It's time to build. Humans have gotten used to polarity and inequality. However, the Pleiadian philosophy of equal value sees all things as equal, such as gold and a stone. When they exchange with others, they do so from a place of equality, and the exchange becomes one from the heart rather than for profit or gain, and the exchange is less. This card asks you to examine your emotions about the fear of not having enough, the issue of fairness, the difference between wants and needs, and always wanting more. Equality of all things is a universal principle, but we must first heal our fear of lack before we can fully embrace this principle. So when you give somebody in exchange for your work, let's say somebody bakes the bread, that has a value that has an equal exchange. If somebody sells you something that doesn't have a value for you, that devalues your value system. So always make sure that there's a balance, and you do this for me, I do this for you. You bake a bread, I fix a roof. I fix your plumbing, you fix my car. I make jewelry for you, I give you the exchange. You're nice to me, I add a bonus. Exchange will always be inhale, exhale. As long as we're in this dimension, and from dimension on up, everything is physical. See the fairness in that. It doesn't make sense to buy, let's say, a beauty product that is, let's say, $250, and they show you an image of what it does, and you test it and it doesn't do that. That is not fair. And that business won't have any future. Now we want to look at, and we want to feel, and we want to experience what actually takes place and what is for us in fairness. Now we have the earth. This is about the earth. This is the earth, how do you say, the new consciousness. There are new conscious templates being installed in this earth. Very, very important to really keep your eyes open, ears open, heart open, and your senses to what you feel. You may live in TPA, TPB, TPC, TPD, but you can still meet in the universal TP and do what you have to do to exchange. But everybody has to have their own TP to come back to for this transition, so you have your own space. You understand? The new consciousness also is a 9. So there's a new consciousness being born on earth right now. It has to do with true nature of existence beyond belief, thought, or emotion. This new consciousness is sprouting from our beings like a flower reaching towards the sun. But we often obstruct it by clinging to our distractions such as opinions, drama, or blame. We must become the flower reaching toward the sun and value it above all else if we are to transform as a species. take a few moments every day to visualize yourself as that flower reaching towards the sun. Let the sun nourish you and give you everything that you need, because that is all there is. That is all there was, and it is all there ever will be. It's timeless. I hope this was clear. Hive mind, parallel lives, looks at insects. Pardon. This is 29. What are we having? This is going real well. There are many extraterrestrial insectoid species that have contacted Earth for thousands of years. They are peaceful and have a harmonious society that is based on the idea of a group thinking as one. Most humans shun the idea of a loss of individuality, but it can also be a freeing experience where the ego no longer dominates one's reality, since all consciousness is ultimately one away. Insectoid beings reflect this truth. You have connected with these beings in the past, and their energy is now asking you to remember the oneness that lies underneath the illusion of separation. So, who do we have? Partially the Greys, then part you from the future. Partially the mantids and other insectoid beings that are partially having to do with you and your creation and your consciousness. Everything that you are able to perceive, you also partially are responsible for in its creation. Thus, ultimately knowing that what you look at reflects back in what you need to integrate. So the insectoid hive mind, remember everything that's hexagonal, the honeycomb, number codes. If you think as one and you act as one, you become that powerful oneness mind. That is. If somebody splits away from the flock in a negative way, then they practice separation. That is clear to be looked at. That makes you also higher dimensional. That is a part in you that you have to heal. And it's very interesting, the Sasani pop up here. So on that note, greetings to my man Daryl Anka, Bashar. Always loved. And there's always something taking place here that is very important for this year. Is about integrity. Just to see here, Sasani, I have some special cards. This talks about integrity and the Sasani and your parallel lives as Sasani beings. Some of you are, whether you know it or not. You are many things at the same time. Depending on where your super focus is, that's where your consciousness will be. So it pleasures me. Don't get any ideas. With great pleasure, I'm reading this to you. Integrity is the trait of a being fully aligned in thought, emotion, and action. When we act with impeccability, honor our word, and take full responsibility for our choices and actions, the results is essential for individual and species evolution. The Sasani species, a cross between human and Zeta, has mastered this. Sasani is known as highly evolved ET species that represents the potential for the evolution of humankind. Let you in your spiritual evolution as you take the needed steps to balance your life so that thought, emotion, and action are fully aligned, thus making you a self-realized being, and the magic can commence. Also, if you want to dive deeper into who Sasani are and what they look like, I suggest you study Daryl Anka. He channels Bashar, his, what I feel, a future Sasani self. They're here to assist you. Now we're coming to the Zeta Reticuli, the Greys. They also play a role. So you're here to heal that also. So all the cards that I'm reading are aspects of you in the multidimensionality of self that you are healing within your DNA construct, not junk DNA. Survival fears. Zeta Reticuli, past. So you know that I'm not making this up here. This is fact. Okay, so In the ancient days of the Zeta Reticuli, their species nearly destroyed themselves due to high planetary toxicity and misuse of technology. When they realized that the species was dying, they experienced their primal fears, that of no longer continuing as a species. These survival fears formed them to look deeply within and make drastic changes. The same is true in our lives. Often we don't make changes until we can clearly see that our old ways will only destroy us. By then, we have little chance of change. What part of your life needs to be changed? Begin the process now before it becomes too difficult. In the story where I'm explaining that the Zetas are us from the future is when they realized that they genetically couldn't procreate, the cloning process was damaging to the result in imprinting a soul matrix into a body to use this as an interdimensional suit to explore dimensions. They began to go extinct and they had to go and find the leftover parts before the genetic dilution began to save themselves. Hence they traveled back in time to find us. We have created them. They need us more than we need them. Even though we all want to fly around in discs and have the super technology, but there are processes for us to understand and make contact at a level where this can be integrated on this planet. Know this. Abandonment, Earth, 50. So we're healing something where we were abandoned, and I would like to really know what was that. Species often have karmic issues to clear as well as people. One of the main issues for humans to clear has to do with abandonment. When the ETs left Earth in the ancient days, the pain of the departure left humanity with scars of abandonment. Humanity felt as if they had no more role models or parents to guide them. Along with that abandonment, we experienced anger, sadness, and self-pity. But as we remember our place in the universe, these wounds can be healed. This card asks you to help humanity heal by remembering your universal connection to your cosmic ancestors and the fundamental truth they would live by. We are never alone. We were never alone. We just lost the aspect of what we call Eden by changing our perspective and looking away from Source. Now we're learning, especially this year, look towards Source. Look towards the central sun. Look towards what is, and you will be the one. So don't get a Messiah complex. You all are. What else? Alone time. That has to do with the Vega system. 25. The Vegans. And I'm not talking food, I'm talking planetary system. Ancient Vegans were solitary beings. They often spent large amounts of time alone in quiet contemplation as a way to remain centered so that they may have enough energy to be of service to their community. In current times, most people don't create the space to have this alone time. That is so very vital to their well-being. Take a look at your need for this essential quiet time alone. Give it to yourself, not only for resting or activities that recharge you, but to look deep within yourself and work on your inner challenges. This is a fundamental need of all humans. This need can no longer be ignored. This is the time to find solitude. No influence from social media. Nobody shall talk to you around that time. You shouldn't be accessible. And if it's 10 minutes a day, it makes the change. Retreat to yourself. Reflect on where you are and handle everything that you carry. Because ultimately, the problems we have in the world is people do not want to face the responsibility to handle what they carry. So they project their drama on other people and wanting to share misery with them. And I told this my partner before, no longer shall we be on the mountaintop of bliss and climb down into the dungeon of sadness to share misery with somebody else, to show them that we love them. It does not help heal no one. But you can guide them to where you are and say, come up here. But they must get up now or get left behind. There's no more babysitting. Either you get a grip and get up and get it together, you're here now, or you sit in sadness and you pray kumbaya, hoping for better weather, and nobody comes to bring the change. Fortune will knock on your door because you ultimately are the creator of your reality. Now face that responsibility and get up, get in gear, and activate. Also this year, complete surrender. This is the Lyran system. This is a future aspect of your Lyran selves, whether you believe it or not. Yes, indeed. You little cat beings out there. Complete surrender. For eons, the ancient Lyrans applied the masculine principle of pushing or forcing reality to conform to their desires. In order to transform, they eventually had to surrender, to let go of the need for control and trust the universal to be as it needs to be in every moment. This was a hard lesson for the Lyrans, as it is for you. Like most humans have karmic patterns of trying to control reality, it is time now to change that pattern. Practice trusting and surrendering to the universe on a daily basis, even with a small thing. Random acts of kindness. As you do this, you will begin to heal this ancient karmic pattern, thus helping you to heal the Lyran part of you that has to learn total surrender. To love the feeling, whatever you feel in the moment, surrender to that. Don't become a lemming. Be aware, but surrender to what you feel, and you'll do much better. And the last card is homesickness of the Vegan past, where you miss your home. It's 22. That shall conclude our futuristic reading for you and your cell memory healing for this year and what to be looked at. Let's see. The early Vegan mystics retained clear memory of the source from which they fragmented. But as eons passed, the memory faded and was replaced by a profound yet vague feeling of homesickness. One reason why they were so devoted to their spiritual practices was to recapture that feeling of being connected to the source. Even though they understood the reasons for physical existence, there was an underlying desire to return home. If you have this feeling, know that is an ancient one. It requires you to embrace physical reality as it is before you, so you can return home. This is an important lesson. And this is partially of what I call the light lessons for you. To look at where you are in your life with your cosmicality. So now this year's reading for what you have to look at this year, healing your galactic race memory, where you're coming from past, where you're going present, where you will be future, combined as in one being, also is, if you have lost friends or friendship, let that go. Whoever brings forth the action is actually the one that is not willing to process that friendship. That is okay. Many have said we are family. Many have said there's no pointing fingers. We're all in this together. If you punish one another, you're not playing the game of we're all in this together. You're playing the separate game. I block you, I diss you, I disconnect, I don't want to process. If you don't want to communicate, then the one that doesn't want to communicate is the one not willing to process. And you can look at each other, families, and progress, where they are and where they're at in life. Also, when you have people and friends invited to your life and loves, don't promise them storylines just to make your world out of control function for service of self. Be honest in the position that you are, and you will be embraced, and you'll prosper, and you'll receive riches. Play a game of perpetuating your little white lies, what a lot of people do. We are very good in avoid and denial. You'll pay the price. This year, I call it the dragon mesh, will sift through what needs to be weeded out. And if you come with false prophecy, false probability, if you bear false gifts, and you mislead people, there is a cause and effect to what you do. Consequently, anything that you'll do has a ripple effect. Know this, be aware, put the awareness inside of you and know what that means to act as one and be coherent and be with the people. And most of all, as I'm concluding this reading, be intense. I know I'm intense, but I am with you. All the way. As a guidepost, if you will, to show you this is where we go, this is where I'm going, this is where this can lead, and more intense things will come to you and for you. So thank you for joining me in this reading. Will he ever blink? Will he ever blink? And my angelic sisters and brothers and family out there, I love you very much, more than you can imagine, from my heart. And this reading is free. So hopefully this is something that you needed to hear this year, because this is designed for you, because you have created it. Most certainly, I will see you on the flip side.